woman to woman. I'm at this also I get the adorable. So I decided that no, let's do something for young girls and young women and girls. Yeah. So we started something last week talking about, some stuff about young girls if they have the power to say no, how they can build enough strength, how they can build enough self-confidence to be able to say no to stuff that they don't like. Because a lot of them will tell you, I didn't want to, but you see. So we're continuing with building self-esteem and, of course, confidence in yourself. So today we're going to be talking about building self-confidence and self-esteem. So I have a beautiful young girl in the office, my colleague and my friend, yeah. So, and she's going to be doing all of this because I see her mentoring some younger ones. Can you imagine?
Really?
So Chukwufunanya Adigo is my guest today. Hello, Chukwufunanya.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You sure do look good.
Thank you.
I bet cut soap
yourself.
for me. Cut more soap for me now.
Where I learned from, the best.
All right, sweetheart, we're going to look at building self-confidence and self-esteem because, from research, it's been discovered that about 50% of young ladies world over lack that thing called self-confidence and self-esteem.
50%? That's like a really small quota, if you ask me.
Well, just to be modest.
Okay.
So a lot of them don't have it. They don't even know what it is. They are easily swayed because they do not have that self-confidence. They don't know what self-esteem is. They are easily battered, even by themselves. By the time you begin to look at yourself like you're not up to, you don't meet up. That's big one. So let's see, what are the factors that can contribute to a young girl's low self-esteem and lack of confidence? What are those things that you think immediate and remote causes of?
Okay, let me just start by saying why I had firstly said that's a really small quota to say 50%.
50%, yeah.
I feel like every young woman, every person has that, are you sure I can do it? Or are you sure I'm doing it right? Yes, that's self-doubt inside of them. But I guess our ability to surmount it is what now makes it look like it's not there at all.
Okay.
But I feel like there's a seed of that in every person.
Okay.
And then you talked about the factors, moving on to that. First, I would say societal expectations. Yeah. There's a lot of feelings of, am I enough for the people looking? People expect me to be this good. Am I that good? There's people that rely and, they're looking up to me. Am I doing what's right according to them? And then a lot of times we then forget that sometimes we're even on the right path. Or then we give ourselves some unrealistic timelines. And then self-doubt comes in. You lose your confidence. You lose your self-esteem. That's one. And then another one, I'd say, is comparison. Oh, my goodness.
Unhealthy one for that matter.
Oh, my goodness. We do it a lot. You're in a space of work. You're in a place of work. You feel like you've already looked for the person that is supposed to, maybe you're on the same level. And then you're saying, ugh, this person is doing better than me. I'm not enough. This person does so much and I'm just so little. Let me just quickly, I can just make a realistic example of profession. Like I did say, you're in a place of work, you're expecting to grow, but then you're looking at another person and making these comparisons. That can contribute to self-doubt and as a result, low self-esteem. Another one I'd say is, okay, I did talk about a little bit about this. Negative self-talk.
Okay.
You're talking yourself down because you feel you're not enough. So every morning, let's talk about physics. You look at yourself and I'm not beautiful. I don't know.
That's why a lot of girls are opting for BBL now.
Yes, exactly. You feel like your body is not good enough. Maybe you've, let me match it with comparison. you've looked at another woman and you're feeling, she looks so dashing, she looks so smashing, she looks so hot, and I'm just so mid.
So
And
ordinary.
yes, exactly, so ordinary. And then you continue to dwell on that. And when you dwell on that, sometimes your subconscious is saying it, reiterating it to yourself. And you're like, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. And if you continue to tell yourself, whether inside, sometimes you even vocalize it, you look at yourself, waiting be this. And then you feel all small. And then I feel like those are some of the factors that may contribute
Okay,
to.
so how do we go about it now to, number one, quench that negative thoughts?
Self-talk.
Yes, that negative self-talk. Just look at yourself and say, me, this is my nose, I don't just understand. Like this is my ear. I know these are some of the reasons why some girls become suicidal. You know, so how do we get, okay, see me as a young girl now who is going through all of that now. If you're to talk to me, what are those things you're going to say to me that would, like, you know, help me kind of start to speak positive things to me, start to think positive things for me, and start to, you know, just live life. Plenty of it.
All right. Which makes me go back to the factors that contribute to low self-esteem, which is one,
Societal
societal
pressure.
pressures.
So those are the things I want you to
First,
talk to us about. How do we surmount
them?
Yeah, we need to surmount them.
All right, which is very necessary. Yeah. Number one, that's societal pressure. You're doing great. As far as you're making an effort toward this life thing, it's not easy for anyone. Follow your own timeline. Slow progress is still progress. You know, move. As far as you're not stagnant, you're not folding your arms, you're not setting goals for yourself, maybe you're relaxed. No, as far as you're moving, you're moving. Forget about what society says. Society says I should be married by now. Are you not living your life? Are you not trying? Forget about that. Forget about putting yourself on a timeline. And that way, you can avert the negative side, self-talk that comes from that. Secondly, comparison, I did talk about. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start to live for yourself.
You think that is easy to stop this comparison?
You need to try. It's not easy. It's not easy for anyone, but you need to just try. Because you are on this journey on your own. You didn't come here with anyone else. You came here for yourself.
Even when you try to, let's leave society pressure in one area, because that one is still far. Let's look at the immediate environment. Parents,
family,
siblings, family, to wrap it all up.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of pressure that comes from the family. Like now you talked about marriage. You know, the moment a girl is out of the university, you have gone to serve.
Believe me, I can tell.
Maybe by the grace of God, you have a small job or something. The next thing is, when is he coming to see us? You know, that kind of a thing. Every time, particularly the mothers, every time they see you, they talk to you about marriage. So,
and you know what? They might be
yeah,
doing
so
it out of concern.
how do we check this? Because a lot of girls don't know how to check. What they do is they either fall into pressure, they just bring an available, you know, because they feel that the desirable is taking so long in coming. They just settle for the available, and then available will now start to show them pay. You know what I mean? And then they start regretting. So how do we cop that first?
Like I did say, live your life for yourself.
And I want to ask you again, you
Because
think it's easy?
Is
it easy to live your life for yourself in this kind of environment?
It's not easy, but it's something you have to do. Because if you're being very factual, nobody knows what's in your clothes. Let me put it that way. Nobody, apart from you, knows the immediate pressures you go through. You know, so resonate with that, live with that, set your goals for yourself, try, and let me even be a little bit spiritual, pray.
Okay.
Yeah, talk to God about it and tell him, I don't want to be pressured by what people may say or what even they are doing out of concern, what so-called concern for me. Positive affirmations, the opposite of the negative self-talk. Yeah. Speak positivity into your life. I'm enough. I'm beautiful. I can do this life, right? Okay, so.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, a lot of girls who are suffering from low self-esteem or no confidence at all don't even know that they have a problem. And that's a huge challenge. So talk to us about the ability to recognize that, okay, this is a problem. This confidence. Someone say, no, that's how I be. That is just how I am. You know, that is how I am. Leave it like that, you know. So how can a young girl, a budding young girl, know that, oh, this is a huge problem? This may be maybe low self-esteem. Like some will not know, okay, maybe this is low self-esteem, or, oh, I think I don't have confidence in doing anything. So how can that young girl recognize, you know, when she's manifesting this signs, I was tempted to say symptoms too. When she's manifesting these signs, how can she recognize it? Because some don't even know. It's like telling a girl, oh, you have body odor. You say, no, not be me. Oh. I took my bath this morning, and so, you know, some don't know.
How's it possible, though?
It's very possible.
Okay, I don't know how possible it is for you to lack confidence and not know you lack confidence. Permits me to use myself as a purview.
Okay.
In my line of profession, you're in the public eye, you're in the public space. So it's very easy to feel not enough or like you're not doing well enough.
Well enough.
But you recognize that through the littlest things. You come on air and you're like, am I looking good enough? Did I pronounce that word properly?
Properly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you dwell on that, and sometimes it even makes you retrogress. It's easy to identify, I would say, negative self-talk. Like we just said, you're constantly telling yourself you're not enough or that you cannot do something that you've not even tried. That's a very good way to identify it.
Something that you have not tried at all. You say,
just,
I don't think I can do it. I don't fit do them. Yeah, it's way off me. It's not my thing. You know, that kind of thing. We have people like that. I was trying to interview a young girl the other day, and I asked her a question. You know, it was a vox pop. We just took the mic to her. This is not even video. It's audio. Nobody's going to see your face. You're not even going to call your name. We just want to feel your pulse on something. And she said, no, it's not my thing. No, I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't like publicity. I don't like this. And then I took my mic away and I said, you're a university student? She said, yes. What are you studying? And she said, she broke my heart by saying mass communication. I said, you're studying mass communication and you cannot talk? I don't have a video camera. This is audio, for goodness sake. You know, that really broke my heart. And I'm sure she doesn't even realize that, oh, this is lack of confidence. You know?
Yeah. She knows.
Are you sure she knows?
I think she does. I think she does know that she's not confident. And that's why she tells herself those things. If you are truthful to yourself, you'd know that you lack confidence. But the thing is, everybody has that seed of self-doubt in them, especially when you're doing something you've never done before.
True.
You know, so it's your ability to surmount it, like we've been reiterating right here, that makes it better or makes it unnoticeable. Like that person you might be looking at and saying, oh, that person is so good at what they do. It might just be the confidence that's the difference.
Okay. We're hoping and praying that girls will build confidence someday, somehow, okay? And you know that there are some girls, in the midst of their mates, they won't even talk. They say, I don't know what
That's
to
why
talk of.
maybe there are levels to it.
I don't know what I go talk of. I just don't like talking. I always say this thing that when you are somewhere and refuse to talk, refuse to contribute to any discussion, you're not shy. You don't have confidence. That's just the truth of it. Now, let's take relationship before we end our show today. You know, there are some girls who have been served breakfast like once, twice, or 3 times. And after that, they don't want to go into any relationship again because, I don't know what I'm doing wrong that is making guys don't like me. So speak to that girl now because there's somebody who is watching this now who has been served breakfast 3 good times. Beautiful girl. She's got everything. Maybe someday we'll come on this show to come and talk about what men really want in a woman. You know, that topic will be grand. It will be beautiful. Because this young girl does not know what a man wants. For her, she has done everything in the books to make a man love her. Yet, she's been served breakfast like 3 times.
You have to let the burn heal. First of all, when you're burnt, if you keep on picking at the wound, it never heals. Let it heal. I'm not saying jump into a relationship right away. Give yourself time, yes. But recognize sometimes you might be at fault. Fine. Recognize and realize that these are my places of errors. But everybody makes mistake. Move away from that. Move ahead from
that's
that.
for those who want to grow. They will know they make mistakes, but for some,
You
they are never ever at fault.
recognize where you've made mistakes. So you're not, nobody is above making mistakes. If you do have errors, if the person was not just a user, recognize that this might have been my error and thread carefully. Don't shy away entirely. Everybody needs somebody.
Okay.
You know, especially when you're of the right age already, you know.
Okay,
So,
now let's look at the role self-care play in building confidence. What role does self-care play in building confidence?
okay. Self-care, one aspect of, when you say self-care, a lot of people just dwell on taking care of myself, my hair has to be
skin,
made,
I
my
have to look
body has,
good.
yeah. That's important, very, because when you look good, you feel good as well. It's sometimes how you look outwardly, it kind of reflects to what you bring out of you. So yes, outwardly, it does matter because it boosts your confidence knowing I look good. But also self-care in another area is self-development. Set small goals for yourself. When you actually know what you're doing, it's easier to feel confident. You know, so self-develop. Make small goals for yourself. Pick a mentor, you know. Ask people around you, not out of...
Like I'm picking you already as a mentor.
Oh, please, we know whose mentor is here. Anyway,
Okay.
pick a mentor. Ask, how am I doing? Not out of lack of confidence, but out of the actual wanting to grow. How am I doing? Self-development does play a very pivotal role in self-confidence because if you know what you're doing, it's hard to feel less of yourself. And if you look good too, it's hard to feel bad.
So apart from looking good, apart from talking the talk, now let's see how we can do the steps. Because you told us that, oh, if this is happening, just walk out of it, do this, do that. So how? It is the how I want to ask you now. How are we going to do all of this so that the self-confidence will be like 100 yards and the self-esteem, because they go hand in hand. Self-confidence, self-esteem, they are brothers and sisters.
Okay, like you said, you kept saying, do, do, do. Stop sitting around. Stop telling yourself you're not enough. Quit this negative self-talk. It never helped you before. It's not going to help you any day. Start to affirm positively to yourself. Tell yourself, I'm more than enough. You see this thing, I can do it. And if I even can't, I can at least try.
I can at least try.
You know, jump into that thing with all positivity and see yourself glow and grow.
So Fifi says, it's not enough for you to say, I can. Make an attempt and just push yourself into that thing that you want to do and you'll be fine. If you think your self-care is a problem, work on it. Like you tell some persons, oh, I think you have bad breath, and they'll be like, they start fighting you. No, just work on, oh, really? Thank you. Learn to say thank you when somebody tells you something that is not so good about you. I'm sure with all of this, your self-confidence will come. There's no school where you learn it. Okay, maybe abroad, they are finishing schools.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe when you go abroad, in some countries, they are finishing schools, but not be here in Nigeria with it.
And you know
so
what? You know
wake
what's
up.
funny? Before we do, I watched an interview of Michelle Obama, the past president of the United States, his wife, saying she did battle with self-doubt herself.
Really?
You know?
So, as eloquent as Michelle Obama
she does
is.
battle with it. Sometimes even in motherhood, am I enough? Am I doing enough for my children? And then she feels this lack of confidence. So if she can feel that, who are you?
So if you can think it, then you can do it. Thank you, Fifi, for finding time to be with us today on the program.
Thank you too.
All right, guys, this is all we have for you today. Building self-confidence and, of course, self-esteem. They go hand in hand. You can't be building self-esteem while your self-confidence will be dwindling. No, they come together. If there are things you think you're not doing well, you need to step up your game. I don't know what your phone is for, you know. Some just go to their phone to look at gossip sections, look at fashion and all of that. But there are some things you can actually Google for your own self-benefit, for your self-worth, for your self-esteem, for your power to say no, for your power to be assertive as a woman and as a young girl. We are tired of hearing young girls being trafficked. We're tired of young girls getting dished by men. We're tired of young girls getting served breakfast unnecessarily. But if you have self-confidence, if you not go to school, sweetheart, go to school. It does not cost you anything. Some will say, I don't have money to go to school. You have enough to go to school, okay? Just do something. Do something. Get out of the box. Like Fifi said, just get out of the box and be yourself. Work for yourself. Use your own timeline. Stop using mine or stop using Fifi's, okay? So we'll see you again next week. Fifi.
Amazing.
My mentor.
My mentor.
All right, bye-bye for now.